Hey buddy, welcome back to Series Finder. With all the streaming services out there, it can be tough to figure out what's actually worth your time. Well, today I've got something special for you. We're diving into the absolute cream of the crop from Apple TV+. These aren't just good shows, they're the ones that crushed it on Rotten Tomatoes in 2024, all scoring 90% or higher. And trust me, looking back at these from early 2025, these shows have really stood the test of time. Let's jump right in. Let's kick things off with the crown jewel of Apple TV+, Slow Horses. This British spy thriller just wrapped up its 4th season, and get this, it scored a perfect 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's not just good, that's incredible. What makes this show so special? 2 words, Gary Oldman. His portrayal of Jackson Lamb, the grumpy, brilliantly sarcastic boss of MI5's Reject Department, is absolutely masterful. Imagine the worst boss you've ever had, multiply that by 10, add a dash of genius, and you're getting close to Jackson Lamb. The show follows MI5 agents who've been sent to Slough House, basically the island of misfit toys for spies. But here's what makes it brilliant. These rejects, these slow horses, keep stumbling into massive conspiracies that would make James Bond break a sweat. The writing is sharp, the tension is real, and the humor is perfectly British. Each season has gotten progressively better, with the 4th season really cementing its place as one of the best shows on television. Moving on to Criminal Record, one of 2024's freshest additions to Apple TV+. With a solid 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, this show brings together Peter Capaldi and Cush Jumbo in a tense cat-and-mouse game that'll keep you guessing until the very end. The premise is fascinating. Detective Sergeant June Lenker starts digging into an old murder case from 2012. Sounds simple enough, right? Wrong. As she starts pulling at these threads, she runs straight into Capaldi's Detective Chief Inspector Hegarty, and the sparks really fly. The chemistry between these 2 actors is electric, making every confrontation feel like a high-stakes chess match. What really sets this show apart is how it tackles the complexity of police work and the weight of past decisions. It's not just another police procedural. It's a deep dive into power, corruption, and the cost of justice. The performances are stellar, and the tension builds so naturally you'll find yourself holding your breath without even realizing it. Now, let's talk Silo, currently in its 2nd season, with an impressive 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. This sci-fi drama takes the post-apocalyptic genre and turns it completely on its head. Picture thousands of people living in a massive underground silo, believing the outside world is toxic and uninhabitable. Rebecca Ferguson leads the cast as Juliet, and her performance is simply phenomenal. She brings this perfect mix of strength and vulnerability that makes you instantly invested in her journey. What really sets Silo apart is its world building. Every level of the silo has its own personality, its own social structure, its own problems. And the mysteries? Layer after layer of secrets, each one more shocking than the last. The 2nd season has taken everything that made season 1 great and amplified it. Shrinking is currently wrapping up its 2nd season with a fantastic 94% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's just getting better and better. Jason Segel plays Jimmy Laird, a therapist going through his own mental breakdown who starts telling his patients exactly what he thinks, consequences be damned. But the real magic here is Harrison Ford as Dr. Paul Rhodes, Jimmy's mentor. The chemistry between these 2 is absolutely perfect, making every scene they share pure gold. The show handles heavy topics like grief and mental health, while still maintaining its sense of humor, which is no easy feat. Season 2 has expanded the world of these characters in ways that feel both natural and compelling, proving this show isn't just a one-hit wonder. Fresh out of 2024 with a solid 93% on Rotten Tomatoes, Bad Monkey is the perfect antidote if you're tired of typical crime shows. Vince Vaughn plays Andrew Yancey, a detective-turned-restaurant inspector in the Florida Keys who gets pulled into investigating a murder when someone finds a severed arm. The investigation leads him through a wild maze of shady real estate deals, voodoo priestesses, and yes, there's actually a monkey involved. What makes this show special is how it captures that unique Florida vibe, that perfect mix of laid-back attitude and absolute chaos. Vaughn is perfectly cast here, bringing his signature wit, but also showing some real dramatic chops when needed. The show balances its tone perfectly between comedy and mystery. Finally, let's talk about Midnight Family, the show that's earned a perfect 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. This medical drama set in Mexico City follows Marigaby Tamayo, a medical student by day who spends her nights working in her family's private ambulance business. What makes this show special is how it captures the controlled chaos of emergency medical services in one of the world's largest cities. The show doesn't pull any punches when showing the challenges of working in a system where public healthcare is stretched thin. But at its heart, it's a family drama, focusing on the relationships between Marigaby, her father Ramon, and her brothers as they navigate life and death situations together. The way the show balances personal stories with adrenaline-pumping emergency calls is simply masterful. And there you have it, folks. The best of the best from Apple TV Plus in 2024. If you're looking to start somewhere, I can't recommend Slow Horses enough. It's basically perfect television. But honestly, you can't go wrong with any of these shows. They're all certified fresh and worth your time. Don't forget to hit that like button if this helped you find your next binge watch, and subscribe for more Series Finder content. Drop a comment below telling me which of these shows you're most excited to check out. Until next time, keep on streaming.